afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ocarina of Time Battle Royale. We got Chimp, and I've got new IT guy on comms. I got baseball, and I got Warren traveling on the tracking. And I'll give it over to Chimp because he's the one who came up with this franchise. So I'll let him talk about it.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the first official Battle Royale. I'm very excited to be here with new IT guy. The goal is to get as many points as possible in a 2.5 hour time limit. The problem is that it's one hit KO, and once Link dies, your run ends. You get points by defeating certain enemies, bosses, and completing dangerous side objectives as you go. You do get one fairy revive to sort of help you out, but once you die, you finish. Your race is over. And ultimately, it's up to the players to decide what goals they want to go for, what dangers they want to try and tackle in terms of, is it worth 10 points? Am I going to die to a Deku Baba? Will I take some fall damage by jumping off the man and roof? Various considerations to be made on your routing throughout. And to watch this chaos unfold with me is new IT guy. How are we doing?
Oh, I am excited to see this. I was excited the second it was announced, and I said, nope, my name's going right here. I will clear off my schedule. There is nothing stopping me from being on this stream.
Yeah, it's fairly novel. The tournament structure this is the official qualifying seed. There was an offline qual available for a week beforehand, and this is the same seed, but is now the live qualifier for anyone that didn't run the offline. This is just for seeding. Once this is finished, we will seed players into a 1v1 bracket, and it's a best of one, true to Battle Royale fashion. Once you die, you're out. There's best of one only, and the winner will be the person who gets the most points over the most rounds, and ultimately dies the least. Defeating Ganon is optional in these settings. It's worth a lot of points. You can go and defeat Ganon if you have the items to do so. It's only 3 reward bridge, so it's fairly generous in terms of getting into Ganon's tower. But ultimately, if you defeat Ganon, your run ends. You cannot go and save quit and get any more points. You must end your run at defeating Ganon. Now, that is one way of finishing. The other way of finishing is, of course, to die. But regardless of the method, you must finish in race time. You done, and then you drop your points in as a hidden comment. So you won't know how the other players have done, as everyone starts to sort of drop off one by one. So even if you're the last one left, you don't know if you're winning, because your points when you die are what counts. And if you only have 60 points, someone finished 10 minutes before you, maybe they finished with 70 points. So you need to try and get some more before you finish. And that is the general concept.
Beautiful.
Big shout outs to Baseball and Warn Traveller, who are going to try and track this mess. It's difficult to track something with so many different objectives. It's sort of like a mega bingo in some regards. There's a lot to track. Thankfully, each player tracks their own points in their own sort of online tracker, so it should be relatively easy to just make sure that we've got an eye kept on that. And we'll just match the points on the live stream as we go. And yeah, as Baseball mentioned, points will appear above the players where it says 0, normally where the ranking is, I think. So yeah, good luck to Tom with that one, to keeping us all going. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it, that watches it and plays it. It's been a really fun sort of building this with Timmy and the rest of the community. So yeah, hopefully it lands really well and is a really good time. So these are locked at 2.5 hours, so nothing that it can't go anywhere past that. And yeah, like chat I've just mentioned, it is one hit KO. No Nehrus, no Bigger on Sword, only one bottled fairy that you can use as an extra life.
And they also cannot buy Giants.
That is correct. Cannot buy Giant's Knife for extra help with those pesky Stalfos. Might need to just reopen the commentary page. Mine is having a brief heart attack. There we go.
Battle Royale Plus for Bunko. I agree.
We are absolutely not ever adding Bonko to this. It's already madness. That would be unbelievably punishing. Yeah, we have 12 runners in this today. If the runners die on the restream, we will rotate them out. Obviously, this can last the full 2.5 hours, so if there are still runners going when Cola and Timmy eventually die to presumably a really dumb, stupid death via Keese, we will rotate anyone that is left into their spots. With that, I think just about everyone is ready in the race room, so almost good to go. Obviously, if there are any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. There's a lot of new concepts here, so happy to explain everything as we go. It is still a rando at the end of the day. We want to make sure that this still felt like a randomizer and not just like a challenge run. So you still need to find the items you need. There's still hints. There's still plenty of things you need to do before you can end the seed by beating Ganon, but it's a little easier to do so with the 3-wall bridge. Other settings are scrubs are on. Scrubs are actually quite dangerous. If you don't know how to loot a 3-scrub grotto properly, you will get hit by a Deku Nut. That was how I died the first Tractor Seed I played. That was very embarrassing. Right. Almost ready. 30 seconds. So, I don't know what... We could do loads of different predictions here. We could do a prediction for first death. We could do a prediction for first points. I know what the first points are going to be. But yeah, there's lots of random predictions we can do as we go, so that's going to be enjoyable. If you think someone's going to die an embarrassing death, please let us hear it. And off we go. So the general route here isn't crazily different to most standard seas. You go to Mido's house, you find what's in Mido's house. Maybe you'll go to find the Kakiri sword chest. You got to watch that big boulder though, because that boulder can kill you as well. But as soon as you escape Kakiri Forest, everything changes. Let me tell you. New IT guy. Yeah, nice. Nut upgrade might as well be Way of the Hero this seed, let me tell you. But new IT guy, if I didn't show you the tracker earlier, how many P-hats do you think there are in this game?
Okay, there's 1, 2. I know of 3 in Hyrule Field.
Okay, well, would it
maybe a 4.
Gonna keep talking until chat say that we're back. Hello, chat. Please hear us. We're not dead. I promise. We have not one-hit KO'd. Nice. I'm back. We have not been one-hit KO'd from the comms booth. We are fine. So, lots just happened. Spirit Temple is Way of the Hero. That's absolutely terrifying. Cola continues his absolute rampage on P-hats.
No, I'm here. Trust me, I didn't get one hit. We're fine.
Yep, we are good. Cola's got 6 points. They've taken down 3 P-Hats. Timmy's just working their way through Lost Woods, which is perfectly fine. You've got to do Lost Woods, most seeds in these settings regardless. The important song on SFM, of course. We will be coming up to SFM, the maze with the scrubs soon. That is a bonus objective, to get through the maze
And
with only
water
using a shield.
is wet.
Yeah, water dead, water foolish, that is nice. Water is deceptively dangerous in these settings.
No, Cack Way of the Hero. Water's
Oh,
wet.
was it Catway the hero? Okay, apologies.
Yeah.
Apologies. But
always-
honestly, Way the heroes in these settings are really good, because you only need 3 dungeons to get to Ganon. So essentially, Way the heroes are defeating 3 dungeons and the items you need to defeat Ganon. So generally, they're going to be quite low. You're not going to need a lot of items.
No, Bonk is not turned on.
Yeah, no Bonko for this. It would be a bit too punishing. We don't want it to feel too... Especially with Dampe race. Dampe race would be absolute hell with Bonko. It's already hard enough in these settings.
So there are 7 P-Hats, as I've been informed.
Yep,
Not
there
just
are.
3. There are 7.
Yep. Unbelievably, there are 7.
I still don't believe it, but I have seen 7, so...
Yeah. There are 5 what we call hovering P-Hats. And then there are 2 that just fly right into the air, and they sling the mini P-Hats at you. Those things, I swear to God, are the most dangerous thing in this game. They only die to slingshot damage. That's it. No other damage. So unless you have a slingshot, you stay the hell away from them. Alright, Timmy now going for one of the bonus objectives, which is getting through Sacred Forest Meadow Maze as child with just a shield. That means no Deku Nuts. No other items. Just a shield.
Deku Nut to kill... Or using the Deku Nut from a scrub to kill the other scrub.
Yep. And there we go. That's the 3rd one. Just this last little stretch to go. And then Timmy gets himself 3 sweet points. Gotta line this up properly. That looks okay.
Yep. And Timmy made it.
There we go. 3 sweet points for Timmy, and rewarded with Epona's song, the worst song to find. Lost Woods, Way the hero. We have not found anything in Lost Woods just yet, so something behind the scrubs, or the other grotto, or the maybe target in the woods. There's a few wasps already, though, which is a little terrifying. Again, because you only need a few items to get to Ganon's castle, and then to beat Ganon, so we've seen a few. Oh, Skull Kid dead.
Yep, Timmy also picking up a point or 2 from killing a Wolfos there. And Burning Cack is Song of Storm.
Yeah, that's a good hint, because Storms is a lot of checks, as Cola picks up another bottled fairy. Worth noting, that is not an extra life. That won't count towards any additional lives. That is just, we couldn't plan to every single bottle, so... That's that. There we go. Cola just emptying a bottle, like, no, this isn't for me. I'm a badass. I'm not going to keep it. It's gone. So, they will look... Yeah, just it's good to just not even have the bottle on the C buttons. If you accidentally use it and you go somewhere and get hit, then yeah, you're pretty screwed.
Which doesn't count. Him emptying that bottle does not count as...
No, that doesn't count as using the fairy revive. That's just sometimes you need a bottle, Sphere Zero. You might need bugs, etc. As Timmy is going for the P-Hats. 1 down. Easy enough to kill. Once you get the hang of it, the floating P-Hats are fine. They only take 2 crouch stabs from a Deku stick. You just need to understand the sort of rotation of the blades as they go around, but it's fairly easy. They get a little bit trickier near the trees, because they will bounce off those trees, and so will you. So you do need to be a little careful. Yeah, Keshi, if you if you use the fairy and because you just need the ball or you accidentally press it, you can go and grab another one as long as you've not used one for a revive specifically. Absolutely not, LaPlopper. I'm sure all of chat hopes that there are some horrendous deaths.
Yep.
And as someone who's watched all of the offline ASICs, I can tell you there are some horrendous deaths.
Yes, there is fall
including my own.
damage.
Yep.
So if you get yeeted off the world by the rolling Goron, we're gonna have a laugh. Timmy's scaring me there for a second.
Yeah. It's okay. Going for this back one here, which you just never see. You never see this P-hat, ever. But here it is. There are 7 P-hats. I still cannot get over this revelation.
But yes, this is technically Oko. You do have a fairy in a bottle for an extra life, but it is one-hit KO.
Yeah. And a reminder, if Link dies and you get to the continue screen, your run is over. That is the only condition for losing. You can beat Ganon and win, but that is your condition for losing. There's the one outside Valley, and there's the one a little near the remote grotto, closer to the back of the trees. Sometimes you'll see it if you do the back walk to the open grotto. You will sort of hear those mini P-hats following you. It's just deeper in the trees.
Nope. If you beat Ganon, you are done.
Yeah, beating Ganon is essentially banking your points, but you cannot reset at that point. You've beaten the seed, you cannot go back and get any more. So that is, if you're at 2 hours and you can beat Ganon, you're like, oh, I've got 15 minutes for some more points, or I could go get those 30 points off Ganon. That is the choice you can make. No, Flan. So that is still in the game. So in the race last week, we did a bit of a kickoff race. That happened to me, and I was absolutely petrified. But I didn't die, and that's fine. Link, the only thing that matters is Link dying on screen. If you get hit by a pot, and you just survive with 1 heart, that's fine. So, Ganondorf is 10 points. Ganon is 20 points. For a combined total of 30. As Cola makes his way through the SFM maze, no issues there. Bonus points to Cola. No, dying doesn't wipe your points. When you die, the points that you've got up to that point is just your total. So if you die on 15 points, that's it. You have 15 points. Someone asked a question earlier what the potential points range might be for these settings. I won't name names, but in the offline asyncs, the points range from 3 to close to 100. Let's not give anything away. Close to 100. So there's a big range for what you might be able to get.
SFM. Interesting. Definitely an interesting way of the hero. We have a Ponos song from SFM.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also another song and a check for Wolfos, got some good points there too.
Yep. So we find out our dungeon layout. So Dodongo's Cavern is our forest mare. That's quite nice. Shadow Temple is Water Medallion. So you need to beat DC and Shadow to get Storms. Quite scary. Just to answer from chat, Keshi, it's Ganondorf is 10. So human form is 10 points. And then Ganon, pig form, 20 points.
So we saw a KF, or Kokiri Forest Way of the Hero, and that's where we found Dens and Kokiri Sword Chest.
Oh, okay. Kokiri Sword in Dodongo's Cavern. That's quite nice. DC is one of the settings in this tournament is shortcuts. All dungeon shortcuts are on. So in Dodongo's Cavern, there's actually a lot of Sphere Zero checks. There's the scrub in the open lobby, and there's a couple of other things you can do in there. So Kokiri Sword being hinted is quite nice, because if you get that and beat Deku, you're only 1 dungeon away from opening the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lullaby and Death Mountain Crater is a good hint. Not necessary for these seeds, but it is there. So yeah, there's a bonus objective for beating Ganon or surviving 2.5 hours, specifically without using your fairy. So if you do beat Ganon, and you've not used your fairy, which is relatively unlikely in these settings, you will get an additional 10 bonus points. So Ganon can be worth 40 points.
You can buy a shield today. I don't disagree with that.
If you are on Team Don't Buy a Shield in these settings, you are insane. I'm just going to throw that out there. Absolutely off your rocker. Now, Cola needs to avoid fall damage here. Does so. I've seen a death there. That is pretty harsh when it happens, but it has happened.
And we have a foolish Med Deku tree. That could be nice.
That's not too bad. Deku is relatively easy. There is only one bonus objective in Deku Tree, which is to get the skull on the wall in the basement, sort of at the back behind the mud wall. So you're fairly relaxed around Deku Tree. You'd probably still go and beat it because there's a dungeon towards Ganon's castle, but yeah, you're pretty happy with that generally. It is closed Deku, yeah.
Song of Time. Okay, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Means that you don't need to save quit from doing Dampé Race, which is nice, because otherwise you'd need to save quit. You can't void out. Voiding out is taking damage. And as we almost get the 15-minute mark, as Cola finds out there is nothing on 20 and 30 skulls this seed, we only have Dins. We have not found much this seed. And there we go. Timmy finds the hammer. So there is our first actual item of importance. Hammer, always crucial in sort of most seeds, really, just if you don't have bombs, so... I've seen it, Keshi. I've seen people die messing up ground jumps. I don't think I've seen another Foolish outside of Deku just yet. Yeah, there is a big bonus objective for opening the map chest and getting the song out of Ice Cavern. I believe we put it at 12 points. So there is a massive bonus for getting through Ice Cavern without taking a hit. It's very difficult. Honestly, one of the worst rooms is the Freezard room. If you don't have magic and you need to beat all of those Freezards as well as the spinning blade that goes around in a circle, it is not easy. Not easy at all. Yeah, Wolfos will give you a point. Every Wolfos is worth 1 point. Including the white Wolfos, they are the same category.
Doing some taco collecting here. And it's on.
Yeah, nothing on chickens. Thankfully it's 1. There was no point having 7 chickens for these settings. You're already going to suffer enough.
Am I quiet?
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
At least for me. I don't know anyone else.
Fair enough.
Okay. Cola heading into one of the most dangerous places in the game. It's Dampé Race.
Oh boy. Alright.
Now, I don't know what it is about Dampé in these settings, but holy shit, is he a flame-casting bastard.
Mm-hmm. Well, taking the other way around.
Yeah. You do have a reasonable amount of time. You don't need to go crazy in this race. You can get to sort of the first ledge you need to jump up at around 42 seconds and still make it under the minute. Last spot of danger until Cola can be pretty safe here. There we go, not too bad. So Cola should make this.
Yeah, if he's to this point by 50, yep, he's good.
Yeah, he's fine. Also,
I can do it from there from 50. and I suck at
New-
this race.
Yeah. New P hat for those that don't play RSL. This P hat exists near this grotto that no one ever enters because there's nothing in it. So one of the additional P hats. True DLC to the game.
Mm-hmm. It's never checked until Scrub Shuffle or until Grotto Shuffle is turned on.
Indeed, indeed.
DLC.
Very good, very good.
Yeah,
All right.
an age change here from Cola.
It's a qualifier because this sets your seed. The position you end here is the seeding for the tournament. So if you finish with 100 points, you're probably going to be first seed and you get an easier run of the next round. If you finish with 0 points, then you'll probably go up against that person on 100 points. So the qualifier is more an intent to play the bracket, but again, it also does set your seeding.
Mm-hmm. Well, picking up a mask.
Yeah, Skull Mask, genuinely really valuable in these things. If you go in the bottom of the well and you don't have Skull Mask, you're asking for trouble. So I don't blame him. You also know Lost Woods is way the hero. It probably won't be the Skull Mask because it's an always hint.
Mm-hmm.
But no harm in when
we
you've.
already saw.
Sorry.
We already saw the Skull Mask.
Oh, did we already see the hint?
Top of SFM. That's why I was. So what's the trick about bottom of the wall? Because I must not know this.
So if you wear Skull Mask, Keith won't target you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they can still hit you if they just happen to fly into you, but including Child Spirit and bottom of the well, if you've got Skull Mask on, they won't target you at all.
Wow.
There are surprising uses for items you wouldn't consider in these settings. So tunics are really useful to avoid timers. As we've just mentioned, the Skull Mask is really useful. Slingshot is incredible in these settings, absolutely incredible. Oh, there we go, a bow for Cola on child shooting. The big slingshot, shall we call it. Ice arrows can freeze the spinning blades. If you shoot ice arrows on those, they will freeze in place. That is incredible. And there are probably more that I can't think of at the moment, but I'm sure we'll see some uses for some items.
I just figured out with these settings, bomb shoot bowling is a little bit harder because you
bomb
the setup for it.
It is, yeah.
Yourself.
Yeah, you have to deal with chicken RNG or a different setup that we might not have seen for a while, as Cola finds their second bow off Richard. Timmy also being a Giga Chad, getting rid of that fairy straight away. No messing about. Cola trying the 1 in 32, even on Battle Royale, choosing to 1 in 32, and gets dunked on immediately. Not even any time for predictions, immediately ruined. Another quite important item is lens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whilst generally people know how to avoid certain areas in Shadow, can you avoid all of the floor in Shadow Temple? The one with the silver rupee room where there's lots of spikes on the floor without lens? Probably not. So you almost certainly want lens for certain things in these settings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Timmy is probably choosing to go adult here. No, just finishing off market.
Yep, invisible spike scythe rims also.
Yep.
Perilous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Worst scrub is a bloopy.
Yeah.
ZL out in the crater.
Yeah. Hovers do prevent you from taking damage, yeah, but obviously you've got to remember to wear them. When going through some of these settings, you just autopilot things sometimes, so it's hard to retune your brain to avoid damage that you normally wouldn't care about.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy about to get their bow. Cola now making a trip towards Valley Lake. Will end up finding their hammer. Yeah, there's no points deductions for dying outside of not being able to hit the bonus objective for keeping the fairy. But obviously, if you die, you can't get any more points. So you are out. Okay, Timmy going to go adult with a hammer, so we'll have a lot more to do than Cola managed. Should see, probably going to see our first dip into Dongo's Cavern here.
Yep, and Cole's gonna find absolutely nothing in Lake. Or in Valley.
Yep, nothing in Valley. We'll get the hammer from the Lake Scrubs, though. Nope, you cannot get new fairies. If you have used your fairy revive, you cannot get another one. However, if you dump one out to use the bottle for another purpose, and it doesn't revive you, you can go get it back. So, the Goron City Scrub Grotto is disabled in these settings. There was some one-hit KO logic we couldn't quite work around enough because sometimes you need to... The logic says you need to go across the lava with a bottle, take a hit with damage of the tunic, and then hookshot up afterwards. That can be a requirement. We didn't really want to force an item that way, so we turned those off. Falling rocks, you've just got to understand them and dodge them. As a child, they are homing, which is absolutely terrifying. Which is why there's a bonus objective for getting the gold skull in the crate in DMC. So that is there to get. As an adult, you never really need to climb that way. You can go down that way if you choose to, but you can tend to avoid it. Noting that the only thing we found in Kokiri Forest is Din's. Obviously, there's one more check on the Storms Grotto, but Din's being way the hero in these things is terrifying.
Well, yeah, we don't know what it's for, so it could still be what it's pointing to, but having Shadow in front of Burning Cack makes me believe that it's probably not the Storms Grotto.
Oh yeah, true. It has to be. It either has to be another for another flame check, or it just is hardcore for something in shadow or behind storms.
Mm-hmm.
Requiem on OOT is not something you want to see. Because that means, if you need to go to Spirit, you gotta cross the wasteland. That is not exciting. Levers are bad news.
Yep.
And yeah, that's just Timmy's slightly blood orange tunic. I don't believe they have a Goron tunic.
Nope, they do not.
Yeah, no wallets on either side yet. We've not seen any tunics anywhere else, so... Okay, new check on Timmy's side. Cola couldn't do this when they went adult. And we know Cack is way the hero. And there's a big chest.
Yeah, I like that as a better path than Storms. Or not
Yep.
Song of Time.
And that's a hook shot. That's exciting. But again, a hook shot is not a hard requirement for these things, so you do start to wonder, alright, what's this for? Because you only need to beat 2 dungeons. You know that the Kokiri sword is in Dodongo's Cavern. And beating Dodongo's Cavern only needs a strength. Or bombs. So the actual, you only need essentially 1 extra item to open Ganon's castle at this point.
Right?
Yeah, Nehru's is specifically plandoed out of these settings, as well as Big Goron sword. Timmy being ultra safe and just hookshotting to man on roof, not willing to risk the fall damage for missing. I respect it. They're just planned out. They literally don't exist in the settings. Yeah, hard deleted. Okay, Cola finally going to the Kakiri sword chest after half an hour of knowing that Kakiri Forest is way of the hero. Do we think there's been any deaths on other streams at this point? 30 minutes in? I reckon so. I reckon there's been at least 2 or 3. Yeah, no final deaths, as you say. We'll see if this is like the other restreams, we should see the winners, air quote, come through as they finish. And yeah, the boulder maze. Once you know the boulder maze, it's fairly easy to avoid. And you've got Suns, so you can just play Suns and leave the easy way. But we had Prelude instead, which is even better. So, Cola Adult now with Hammer. Timmy making their way through the rest of CAC with a few more items, so definitely see them heading into Dodongo's Cavern after trying Dampe Race. If they try Dampe Race, we assume they will.
Or die trying.
The point system for GTG, there are a lot of bonus objectives in GTG, as well as just general enemies to get points off. There's no reward for getting the center chest or anything like that, but if you look to the trackers that have been linked, you should be able to see the bonus objectives and for all of the areas. But there's 2 main ones that I can think of: opening all of the chests in the like room behind the Strength 2 block, and doing the toilet check.
Not to mention the 4 Wolfos and 2 Dynalphos you have to fight.
Yep, and the 2 Stalfos on the way. There are a lot of points in GTG
Stalfos in there. Yep.
that you can get. Worth mentioning that for dungeons in these settings, the boss keys are vanilla. So it's fairly easy to get the boss keys from most dungeons in these settings. Forest, you need strength and a bow.
Yep. Well, that puts that makes Din's that logic.
Yep, Din's obviously hard required for Shadow, of course.
I'm not gonna dignify that chat with a response, because I don't know what you're talking about.
$20 points in GTG. Yeah, that sounds about right, I think. 6 off the Stalfos, 4 off the Wolfos. No, there's more than that, I think. Slightly more. 4 off the Dynalphos, plus the 2 bonus objectives. I think it's about 22, 24, something like that.
Decent amount of points if you can do it without dying.
Yeah, most dungeons have a good amount of points tied to them, with the exception of Decretry. It's fairly tame. Bottom of the Well also fairly tame.
Yep.
Timmy now fighting the real final boss of one-hit KO.
Dampe.
As we have crossed the 30-minute barrier, we are 1/5 of the way through the seed. Quite dry on items so far. No dungeons completed, but that could change quite quickly. No sign of magic or light arrows, which are sort of 2 endgame beat Ganon items. Oh, is it only... yeah, to be fair, there's that many points floating around my head. I forgot that I think we lowered the like room from 3 to 6 during testing or something like that. So, yeah, apologies.
Gonna be close for Timmy here. I think he's gonna make it. Yep.
Nah, he's fine.
Yep. 2 seconds to spare. That's plenty of time.
Yeah, and honestly...
5 minutes in pseudo time.
Honestly, if you go over, I don't think you do it again.
Nope.
I think you're like, you know what? Whatever Dampe has, he keeps. I don't want his family heirloom. He can shove it.
Right.
So both tied on 16 points at this juncture. But like I said, I see Dodongo's Cavern in both of their immediate futures, so those points will change soon. We get to see some cool Lizalfo strats, some routing around DC that definitely won't be what you're used to.
Right.
Yep, using flame storage and composer grave in these settings is literally impossible, so the chest is not cheesable, shall we say, as child. You don't need heart pieces, but if you don't have tunics, it can really help with timers. So I don't blame anyone for picking up. Cola just running through that Tektite, not giving a shit about damage. Jesus Christ. But yeah, timers are important in these settings, so I don't blame anyone for picking up hearts, as we see Deku Nuts above Dodongo's Cavern, and I don't think anyone is going to risk the backflip or anything like that to go grab some Deku Nuts. Even though a nut upgrade is basically WoF. You will use a lot of Deku Nuts in these settings. No, just normal one-hit KO with Bonko is not on. Bonko is too devastatingly cruel.
Didn't see that was, but that was a GTG hint of some kind.
I also missed that one. We'll see it on Timmy's screen.
Oh, final reward, yeah.
Okay. Nice hint game. Thank you very much. Speaking of hints, these are the very strong hint settings. So there are a lot of direct item hints in these settings. Essentially infinite waths, lots of foolishes, so you'll get told a lot of information. As Cola finds a slingshot. You want that. There's no resetting that. Crucial. I think if we were to put one ice trap in the pool, I would get ran out of town with rakes. So I think that probably can't happen. Alright, so Cola going for a funky strat to kill the sort of Lizalfos without them jumping away. If you slash and then stun them and then go for a jump slash, you'll kill them because the slash doesn't do enough damage to send them away. So you can get them without sort of the double bounce. You can also you don't need to... you can just quit out if you kill things. You don't need to... you can scum them, let's put it that way. You can scum the enemies, but you can't farm them. So if you save, quit, and then beat an enemy, you don't, like... It counts. You don't need to go back and ensure they're dead for the rest of the seed.
Man, that Lizalfos there is trolling.
Yeah, that Lizalfos does like to go fucking crazy. If you come in the other side, he's like, I don't know where to go! I'm just gonna jump around the place until someone stops me, so... Thankfully, it won't damage you. It's not... It looks scary, but it's not that scary. There we go. There's the Kokiri sword for Cola. So, we are bombs or a strength away from Ganon's castle being open at this point. Chickens set to 1 just means you only need to hand in 1 of Anju's chickens, not 7. That's all that means. Timmy just being double safe that they actually did stun that Deku Scrub there. These BMOs can be a little bit of a pain if you run past them and give them a funny look. They will hunt you down. There we go, being safe. Just Deku Nut everything. That's basically the trick for these things. Deku Nut everything.
So that was really the Wath in Midas' house.
Exactly, the real Wath. Yeah, the real Wath with the 10 nuts that we can hold. This room, also terrifying. Keys are just the worst. They are the absolute worst. But, no problem for Cola. Snipes them both with the bow. Bow is absolutely crucial to taking things down.
Didn't quite see it, but it wasn't gold, so it's not.
Yeah, I think that's just dead, the other side there. No, you can pick up hearts. They will help for things such as heat timers and the timer for like Water Temple, diving under the water, but obviously in one hit KO, health only matters for that reason. It doesn't matter for anything else.
Right.
This room coming up, deceptively terrifying. Gotta make sure you get this jump right.
Falling and then getting hit by a blade trap instantly and going, oops.
And again, that's why ice arrows, secret bonus in these sayings. If you have ice arrows and magic, you can freeze them, so you don't even need to worry about them. But Cola going back for the two scrubs here and the Lizalfos.
Yep, that is a thing.
That is a thing. If you shoot the blades with ice arrows, they will freeze. Long shot for Cola. Not really something you're that hype about seeing, to be perfectly honest. As we have our first finisher, in air quotes. Choco has finished at 39 minutes and 1 second. I think we can safely assume they died and did not reach Ganon. That would be quite impressive. But we will not know their points until the end of the seed. Cola choosing to go the the unsafer route to these Lizalfos, but that's because he didn't have any bombs, so couldn't ground jump back up to the area to go sort of the reverse way. And there we go, that's confirmation of Choco's first place time. Again, we won't know their points until everyone finishes, so part of the game is understanding whether you have more points than the person that finished before you, whether you need to gamble to get more points, etc, etc. And again, we can assume that they did not beat Ganon. If they did, then fair play to them. They are an absolute god gamer, but probably not the case. As Cola gets 2 additional points for defeating the Lizalfos. There are 8 Lizalfos in total. Cola has killed 4 of them. Timmy is probably going to go kill 4 of them. Yep. For anyone interested in keeping up with the Battle Royale after this qualifier is over, do get yourself the role, do get yourself in the Battle Royale channel of the main Discord, where we will have more information. And hey, who knows, if this season goes well, maybe there will be a season 2 for you to join. Timmy going for the crouch stab strats, a lot safer, because you don't get the sort of second jump off the Lizalfos, but is slower. Time can matter in these seeds. Yeah, there's 4 in spirit. There's 4 child side in the sun, the room where you bomb the wall, and then 2 at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And there is our second place finisher in 40 minutes, 44 seconds. GG's to Drac. We are down to 10 participants. Fair play to Drac. I don't think they'd actually done much before joining this qualifier, so I'm impressed they lasted 40 minutes. So well done to them.
We're gonna look at Goron Maze here now. We have that nice hammer.
Yeah. Timmy gets his long shot. 3rd place, GG to Hyper. Again, I think we can safely assume no Ganon finish. Unless these guys are just being really slow and not rushing Ganon with light arrows and magic, then I think we can assume that Hyper did not defeat Ganon. Down to 9.
Foolish Forest.
Forest Temple Foolish. Now that is a great hint. But there are a lot of points in Forest, so sometimes knowing somewhere is foolish. It's like, oh man, but I want to go there for the points. Do I want to waste time getting the points? You know, it's a tough call to make. Oh no, another finisher. Trentner in 4th place at 42 minutes. They are dropping like flies. We are down to 8 in this battle royale.
Yeah, without a strength right now, I would say Forest not particularly appealing. But I mean, we have a bow, Poe Sisters. You could do 3 key Forest, clear out the Poe Sisters. Here. Ooh. Okay, that's magic. And
Very tasty.
Crater Scrubs.
Okay, so that is one of our go mode items. Which is slightly concerning, I'll be honest, because we still have a few Woths. And we don't need much. So you've got to think that lights or bombs are somewhere buried, maybe even the strengths.
Interesting. Colin not checking the ferry there.
Are they... Oh no, they do have ZL. Or have they... yeah, they did pick up ZL. I don't know. Not unsure why they didn't check that. Maybe they'll check on the way back.
Interesting. Water is still confirmed wet.
Yeah. Welcome in, Hyper. Obviously don't give too much away, but GG's.
We see you beat Ganon, then.
That is definitely the words of someone that went and beat Ganondorf. Absolutely. GG's, Trenner. Again, please don't discuss too much as you come into chat. GG's on your finishes.
Cola not checking the hint there, even after we reset the time. Oh, maybe we'll see it over here on Timmy's side.
ZL for Timmy.
EMT is foolish.
Okay, well, good job they've checked most of it already then. There will be a death compilation at the end of the tournament, so we will have a video of everyone's deaths throughout the tournament. Don't worry, I'm sure there will be some laughs. Iron boots. Okay. Oh, and lens. Now, I'll be honest, 2 items you don't want to find in your Way of the Hero Lost Woods.
Right.
Because that means, with water, do we know anything about Water Temple just yet?
No, but we
Don't
have
think
an
so.
idea about Requiem.
Yeah, Requiem is behind all
And
dungeons.
Logical Wasteland Crossing.
Yeah, we do have the long shot and opponents for getting across the wasteland. So, as Timmy goes for a Skull Kid kill. Oh, there we go. Expertly done. 2 points for killing this Skull Kid. There are 8 points for killing the dual Skull Kids. Now, let me tell you, if you go for that in this qualifier, you are an absolute mad lad. They are so hard. Possibly the hardest thing in the whole settings. Because you have to kill both of them at once, and they are insane. As Cola is now going for SFM as adult. God. So terrible. Just watching this is terrifying. These moblins take no shit. No, you cannot use any item other than sword and shield, and you cannot climb. Oh my god, what a mad lad! Look at that strat! Oh, waiting for the Moblin to bounce back and then just run into the little thing there. Oh man. Legendary stuff from Cola here. Hopefully I don't speak it up and he gets hit by the Moblin. You don't need to kill them. You do just need to get through. So if you just wait, you can find your opportunity. There we go, dashes through. One more to go, I think. Oh, just misses this Moblin. So he's going to need to wait a little bit longer to be safe here. This is 2 Wolfos for Timmy, so additional points there. It is 1-hit KO.
Okay. That's interesting.
And no, you can't shoot them. The bonus objective specifies you must do it with sword and shield only. Timmy trying the same thing. Be careful. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this could end badly. This could end badly. I think this might be it for Timmy. Oh, it's over! It's over! Timmy is out! Timmy is finished on 24 points. The double Moblin. The double Moblin spike. How disastrous. So, we rotate. We get someone else in. If Tom wants to grab one of the other runners and get them onto the second side. I've got all of their trackers, I think. So we can start off with the points they've got. Yeah, double Moblin in SFM. I always avoid that goal. I'm too terrified.
So that is definitely the way of the hero. Actually, with it only being 3 mads, or with three rewards, though.
So we have Liam 6 rotated in. Let's get up Liam's tracker. Liam is starting on 36 points at the moment. We will need to obviously track the items once he opens his menu, have a few updates on what he's actually got, but it looks like he might be off to GTG here. I don't know if he has both lives. All I know is that currently he has 36 points. So he's doing well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
GG, Timmy.
Yeah, GG.
An unfortunate double Moblin.
I did not know that was a double death. That's crazy.
Yeah, Moblins are absolute. They take no shit.
No.
Yeah, so unfortunate, but yeah, bit of a dry seed in general. So I can't blame anyone for going for all of the points that they could at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it all seems to be locked behind spirits somehow. Or like crossing the wasteland at least.
Yeah, so were you just heading towards Forest to get some additional points?
Yeah, that was
Or
my
just
plan.
get the song?
Yeah, song, some points, and then probably GTG.
Yeah, that's fair. Obviously, we had the Kokiri sword, so we were only really 1 item away from Ganon's castle, but we don't really know where that is yet. So, still not quite clear on how we open up Ganon's castle. As Cola takes down 2 Stalfos with ease. GG, Cola. Stalfos, absolutely terrifying. Yeah, Cola, you and Cola were in SFM at the same time. Like you
nice.
had slightly different routes as child, but then you both just from Kakariko, you've done the same stuff. So you were both trying to get through SFM at the exact same time. But yeah, you can. The problem with Stalfos is that the second you think about it and the second you start panicking, you die. you need to take on Stelphos with a lot of confidence. Otherwise, you will just panic. Using a bow is quite a good strategy for Stelphos if you've got enough arrows. Because they can eventually take some hits. Takes a little while to shoot through. So, Timmy, you finished 5th, technically. There were 4 finishes before you. How do you reckon you've done in comparison?
I have no clue, to be honest. I think they finished a little bit before me, so I think I should be safe compared to them. But like over the asyncs, I have no clue.
Yeah, obviously asyncs is quite difficult. Oh, as Liam finds a wallet, an important find. Means the timers for at least for fire are a little less intimidating.
Cola has magic. Where did he get that?
Magic was in DMC Scrub Grow,
Oops.
which I think you skipped.
Yeah, I totally walked past it.
As Liam spends 23 arrows on killing the Gwei of Destiny.
Absolutely 0 people going to be dealing with that today.
Yeah, he's just double checking that another Gwei hasn't come over to take his place, but he should be safe here climbing the lab. So we're still looking for light arrows, either a strength or bomb bag. That is essentially all we kind of need, but we're a little worried about how we're going to get those things. The Way of the Heroes are quite concerning in these settings. We've got Kakiri Forest Way of the Hero with dins in it. That's never something you want to see. Did you have any idea of sort of where you needed to go yet, Timmy, for certain items? I guess now knowing where magic is now, can you sort of make a bit more sense of the seed?
Yeah, my guess is bottom of the well in the end. With storms on Burning Cack. But
Yeah,
I have no clue. It could be. It could still be a lot of things. So.
Don't really want to see storms buried because it's quite likely to give something. Although thankfully, bottom of the well isn't worth too many points on its own. Making it through Colossus itself isn't worth points, but getting the fairy reward and the scrubs is worth points.
Yeah, those scrubs are super scary to get. With the levers going all over you.
Yeah, levers are horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Plopper is mentioning that there's only a hook shot for Liam so far, so they either didn't find a long shot from Dodongos or from Cack. I would assume Dodongos, because with that Cack Way the Hero, you didn't find much. There wasn't much there to find at all. So I do wonder which one they skipped. It ultimately might not matter. Long shot is only going to be necessary for beating Morpher, which I guess you might need to get the bonus points and maybe even Requiem this seed. Cola taking down the Gwei with 1 arrow, showing Liam how it's done. 1 arrow versus 23. Absolute lord.
Cola choosing to do the one roll drop instead of going down in chunks like Liam did. They're not thinking about possible fall damage.
Yeah, fall damage is terrifying. We even saw Timmy, you hook shot to the man on the roof. Didn't want to take any risks, and I perfectly respect it. I've seen at least one person die to that roof.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was really happy seeing the hook shot, honestly. No risk is the way to go.
Yeah, finding hookshot and bow in these settings is incredible. Even the slingshot is like, oh man, the slingshot is just like, it gives you so much more confidence just going around as child.
Yeah, and the nut upgrade immediately was huge as well.
Yeah, basically the Kakiri Forest Way the Hero in all but name.
Yeah, easily.
Okay, oh, there's a big chest behind the hammer rocks here in Valley. Another wallet! Okay, so timers no longer mean anything. Virgil Dante saying Liam has used his fairy. That is interesting knowledge. Of course, with rotating Liam in, we don't quite know his item situation, but if he has used his fairy, that means he is on 1 more hit until he is out of there.
He definitely doesn't have a fairy in the ball.
Yeah, it's quite likely that with that, because you picked up the second fairy bottle somewhere quite early, so it's quite likely he has used it. The Gerudo Guards here, no joke. So we'll see how he gets on with this. Going for the torch strats, no, then choosing not to go for the torch strats. No, you cannot pick more fairies. Once you use a fairy once to revive, you can no longer pick up any more fairies. Oh man, I hate torch strats anyway, let alone in one-hit KO. There we go. Safe. Apparently it's safe as houses, no issues. Worried for no reason.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for the comms and restream.
Yeah, alright Timmy, GG. Obviously Timmy is one of the co-hosts of the tournament, so we look forward to the brackets once they start. Thank you very much for being on the restream.
Yep. Yeah, looking forward to it. And good luck in the
Yeah.
tourney afterwards.
Nice one. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you being here.
Yep, see you.
Okay, Cola is in Water Temple now, as Liam works his way through Gerudo Fortress. So, Water Temple is, I think, quite deceptive. It's not too hard unless you go for the goals. The goals are nails.
Yeah, I believe
There are-
Dark is one of them.
Yeah, Dark Link and defeating all of the spike balls. There are 11 spike balls in Water Temple, but it is worth 8 sweet points. 7 or 8 points, I can't quite remember which one. And there we go, that's 4 down. As long as you know what you're doing, they're not too hard, but you do need to go to various other places in water that you wouldn't need to, so...
I'm trying to think of where the other ones are at. There's, is there 4 on Central Pillar? Or is
There's
it
5 on Central Pillar, and
Okay,
there
it's
are...
5.
Yeah, there are 2 on the ground as you sort of leave this pillar area and you lower the water.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the
That's
yeah,
a lot.
with the
Okay.
yeah, with the right items, they're not too bad. But again, if you panic and you go into that top room
Cola,
and you
you
don't,
lad. What are you
yeah,
doing?
again, the fall damage here. And now Liam is taking on Dynalphos. They are my least favorite enemy in this game. They can jump all about the place. I'm interested to see how Liam does here. He needs to be careful. That BMOS is still active. No bombs, remember. No magic for Liam, so can't just go for spin strats. Oh, jumped but didn't slash. There we go, they're down. Okay, taking 4 points there. Leaving the room, of course, because there's no bombs, so can't defeat the BMOS, but that is an additional 4 points. So I believe we'll take him to 40. Now, let's see if Liam goes for Stalfos here. Cola going... Oh no, not quite going for the spike balls. Just going to the map chest here. These spikes, deceptive. If you jump down here and forget about the spikes, you can just take some free damage. Big chest here on Liam's side. Ooh, the boomerang. Jabu is quite wealthy in points. You can get quite a few points for not a lot of trouble. Although Baronade is difficult. Baronade and Volvagia are the only bosses worth 8 points. Because if you mess up Baronade, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So, there are a few points Liam could go for now. That is also an additional dungeon.
Yep, and killing the 3 tentacles is somewhat easy.
Yeah, can be. It's the mini berries in that sort of third technical room isn't too easy. Alex, there was a hook shot in Kakariko in the Redead Grotto and one in Dodongo's Cavern in the Double Scrubs room as Lee. Oh no, the death from Liam! I think that's it. I see the controller down. Liam is out of there. Stalfos taking another soul. Finishing on 40 points. 6th place.
GG's. Yeah, 6 more to go.
So we now have Durax on stream.
Ooh. And Durex has some bomb shoes.
Oh, Durax does have bomb shoes. That's interesting. Do they have a wallet? Did they potentially go and buy some?
No, they found them.
Okay, so they found them from somewhere. Let's bring up Durax's. I don't have. Unfortunately, I don't have access to Durax's tracker because it's private. So I'm not entirely sure how many points Durax has.
It definitely has 2 fairies.
So I'm not sure if it's worth rotating someone else in. Maybe Ink or Flea here, because I don't know how many points Durax has. But Bomb Juice is interesting. So we'll see how they get on. Yeah, you're right, Neil. It's definitely hard to keep track of when we rotate people in, but such is the fun of working out where they might have been. I don't think we saw everyone just opening brown chests, so it wouldn't surprise me if Timmy and Cole had sort of skipped a couple of chests. That did happen to have some explosives in. As Durax really struggles to take out that key. So there we go. Manages it. Oh, almost jumps off the bridge. Oh, almost messes up the jump as well. Oh, look, god damn. Really living on the edge there. Okay, we've rotated Ink in. We have access to Ink's tracker, so it's a bit more helpful for viewing. Ink is on 25 points. In Water Temple, same as Cola. So 10 points behind Cola, but in the same location. Ink has 3 Wolfos killed, 4 Lizalfos killed, 4 P-Hats killed. Has beaten Dampe Rays, has done SFM as child and adult, but that is it. No additional bonus rewards just yet. And Ink also has bomb shoes. Now, that is interesting. Can get a little bit more done in Water Temple. Yeah, Ink is fairyless, shall we say. So they have taken a hit from somewhere. Be worth seeing if we could, if Liam fancies jumping in for a quick debrief. Obviously, entirely up to them. We're fixing the stream. Bear with us for stream layouts. It's very difficult for the restreamers to just randomly rotate people in, so we will fix the streams. God praise. As we have reached the hour mark, God praise our restreamers. Baseball for setting up and Tom for continuing. Thank you very much for Baseball and Worn Traveler for tracking this absolute chaos. And New IT Guy for commentating this batshit insane group of sayings with me. Hopefully everyone is having a good time so far.
God, this would be the most terrifying thing for me in Water Temple is having those stupid tektites above you and not knowing if they're going to drop on you or not.
So, also Cola going for the sort of long shot jump here. If you get this wrong, you will fall all the way to the bottom. But doesn't get it wrong. Cola showing us he's an absolute gamer. So now he needs to get this right. Again, you will take fall damage here, so he needs to get this right. And gets it right. So Cola can go and beat Morpher here. Now, One of the no, just answer Matt's question. You cannot save quit or warp to avoid damage. That is against the rules. So if you are imminently about to take damage, you have to just take it. But yeah, one of the more terrifying rooms in Water Temple is the room leading up to Morpher. If you don't have hovers, climbing past those spinning blades is terrifying. So we'll see how Cola gets on here. Probably fine, but yeah, it's not simple. You need to get this just right. It's not easy to get that perfect rotation. So as long as Cola lines it up here, it looks like he's going to be fine. Quick roll at the end here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So no issues there. But if you don't know what you're doing, Ink has just taken a fairy there, but I'm not sure if Ink had a fairy left. Maybe he did. I think that was his fairy because he's continuing. Yeah, so Ink has now taken a hit there by, I think that was by a Tech-Tyke, leading up to Darklink. And I think Ink wants nothing to do with Darklink anymore. Or he's just going to reset the room. Welcome in, Liam. GG. I think we saw you end on 40 points. That's not a bad showing after an hour. Yeah, if you want to come into comms and talk about it for a few minutes, you are more than welcome.
Oh.
As Cola swiftly defeats Morpher, no real problems. Ink is going back to Darklink here, which is terrifying. And I think I just heard Liam6 join us. Welcome in, Liam. GG's.
Hello. Yeah, GG's, everyone. That was a lot of fun, I gotta say. For 1 hour sort of run through Ocarina of Time, that was really exciting, actually.
Yeah, 40. I think you ended on 40 points, and up until Cola's sort of last few points, you were essentially winning as far as we were concerned. So you were doing well.
Yeah. I was playing really aggressively, and you just got to stack up as many points as you can at the start. But actually, during the middle of the run, maybe playing it just a little bit safer is okay. It's like, do you really want to fight all the Stalfos immediately, or maybe do Jabu? Maybe Fire Temple's not as bad as you think it is. Fighting Vivagia is not actually the end of the world. So, but fighting Stalfos is. Fighting Stalfos absolutely can be the end of the world. And I must admit, I think the ones in GTG might be the worst in the game, because the sand just doesn't help.
Yeah, if it's not those, it's the Child Spirit one. Like that, they
are.
Yeah,
Child Spirit.
Like the room that you have in Child Spirit is tiny, and the slowdown in GTG is absolutely terrifying. As Ink goes for Darklink,
he's doing it. Wow, this is the strat.
Seems to be doing all right. As chat has the question, because we got you in quite lately. And where was your first death?
Oh yeah, the first death was for Stalfos. I died to Stalfos twice.
So double Stalfos. So the deaths on Restream so far, double Moblin and double Stalfos. Because Timmy got unfortunately killed twice in 5 seconds by a Moblin. So
oh no, that happens. Yeah. Did he drop the hammer on you and then lift it back up on you again?
Sure did. So,
been there, man. Absolutely. That guy's mean.
Yeah, I had a bad time getting through SFM Maze at the same time as Cola, so it was good to see when we got you on. You were in GTG as Cola was sort of heading towards Water Temple, so vastly different strategies here. You'd already done Deku Tree, Cola's now heading towards the Deku Tree to do it. Oh, yeah, what were your general thoughts on where the seed was heading? We had some weird Way of the Heroes to sort of try and work out, and not quite sure how to get to Ganon just yet.
Yeah, points-wise, I thought it was really exciting because like I was lined up to do Jabu, I was lined up to do Fire Temple, so Jabu would have been 11 points, I think, and the 8 on Vivagia as well. It's like I would have been up to 60-ish if I had done that properly. And I'm pretty confident in both Jabu and Fire Temple, at least for Vivagia. Never climbing the top of it, but... Yeah. So, I mean, as far as points, getting up to 60 there would have been fine. As far as getting the light arrows, yeah, those Way of the Hero hints were really tricky to interpret. Just because it's like, Spirit Temple was always going to be something that was difficult to do, because Ocarina of Time had the Requiem, so it was kind of like enforcing a wasteland cross of some sort. And I mean, I didn't have magic, so lens wasn't an option. I did have the lens, but I didn't have magic, so I'm not really sure where it would have gone about trying to Nice. I'm not sure where it would have gone about trying to get to Spirit Temple, but if it was Way of the Hero, that could have been bad in so many different directions.
Yeah.
So,
There's no easy way there. We found. Sorry, go on, IT guy.
Yeah, magic was in DMC craters.
okay, that makes sense. I hadn't gone there yet.
Yeah, you also didn't have the long shot either. Where did you find your hook shot?
Where did I get the hooks? I think
there was one
Kakariko.
in one in Kakariko. The other one was in Dodongo's cavern.
Nice. Oh, there was one in Dodongo's. Yeah, I did a little bit of Dodongo's cavern, enough to get the Kakiri sword and the slingshot, but without bombs or strength or anything of that, I was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
whatever
it was,
the one last. Well, where was the long shot? Was that in the King Dodongo back chest?
No, it was the scrubs, the double scrubs.
The double scrubs. I see. How did you get up there, though?
You can use a bow to drop the staircase.
Oh, okay. Cola had the bow at that point. I didn't have the bow either.
We've also seen some bomb chews. Now, Ink, we had Durax on the stream for a very small amount of time, and Ink also has some bomb chews. We do not know where they've got them from, because neither of them have wallets. We know that you found both wallets.
Right.
So you could have gone and bought some bomb chews soon. We have not seen a bomb bag just yet.
The wallets I got were in Gerudo Valley, and the other one was in GTG, and those were what were queuing me up to want to do Fire Temple. So I wasn't fully, I wasn't interested. Or actually, maybe the wallet was somewhere else because I see Cola has it. Maybe that was in.
There was one on Lab Dive.
It was Lab Dive, right? So yeah, it was on the way-ish. Yeah. So it's one of those things. The preparation to go to the next place sort of happened while I was already in process to go somewhere, so I would have had to change the route a little bit more dramatically. But having the wallet is definitely helpful in these settings, because being able to buy some bomb chews could be kind of nice. It's a little risky to even do that sometimes because, well, desert.
Yeah, for sure. Desert's terrifying.
It is.
Worth knowing that Cola has now broached 50 points. They're on 52.
Woohoo! Nice.
Ink currently on. Let me just double check that tracker. Ink is on 37, so a little bit behind Cola, but again has explosives, so is a benefit.
Yeah.
They've just picked up a boss key, so will likely be taking down. But no, they don't have the long shot. So. I know. Sorry, they do have the long shot. My apologies.
Ink definitely does.
Yeah, Ink has the long shot, so they will be trying to take down Morpher soon. And again, as I mentioned, getting to Morpher, not easy. That sort of ramp with the 3 spinning blades is terrifying. Cola going for the DMC crate skull.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, you can. With a slingshot's not too bad, because if you just backwalk past these rocks, you tend to avoid them. It's very rare you'll get hit by the homing rocks here.
It is rare. It'd be really unfortunate, but yeah, there could be a chance that it happens, but I don't. It's pretty unlikely. And climbing past these sculptures really isn't so bad if you figure out how the sculptures work. It's just, I mean, obviously killing them was so much nicer, but if you just do small control stick presses, they'll never notice you.
And we have our 7th place air quote finisher in Durax. GG to Durax with
GG.
1 hour 15 minutes. Now. We had them on restream very briefly before we got Ink on. I'm going to say they didn't beat Ganon, based on what we know from there. But I guess it's possible. Cola going for this scrub. I'm fairly sure they know this scrub is dead, but going for it anyway. Either way, they get the bonus points for getting the crate, so GG to them. I think that brings them up to 60 points.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, they really start flying after a certain time.
58, my apologies, on 58 points as Ink tries to take down Morpher. Needs to be a little careful of the spikes in this room.
Oh man, he's scared me a bit.
Yeah, Cola going for the song in the grave here. And again, you cannot do flame storage as child here. It's impossible with these
that's right.
With the layout of this room, so we'll just have to deal with getting the song and leaving. But you need to be a little careful.
We should have Dins though. Dins and magic.
Oh yeah, we do.
That's right.
Yeah, of course. He has Dins. I forgot he had magic. That many people didn't have magic. I forgot Cola did, so...
Where was magic again?
DMC,
right.
Kratos Scrubs. So, Ink now has... I think this is Ink's... Yeah, this is Ink's 3rd dungeon reward, so much like Cola, Ganon is open. Okay, the bridge is open for both of these guys to go there if they want to. We've not seen any of Ganon yet. We've not seen any light arrow hints just yet. It depends what you play for. If you don't really care about beating Ganon, then you just continue. You try and find items. We found the Liam, you found the boomerang on your stream in GTG. No one else has been there yet, so no one knows that Jabu is available for some extra points.
Right. I'd be surprised if anyone actually goes to GTG.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, there are a good amount of points in there, but it is unrequired in air quotes in terms of sort of like dungeon completion.
It is. I just felt like the pull to this seed wasn't exactly to GTG, even though sure did find the boomerang there. I just think that even in Cola's position, he'd probably have a easier time trying to fight Vivagia first. But maybe we'll see how much time he ends up with. I think if you can really optimize the Ganon castle, that takes a little more priority over GTG beyond.
Yeah, I'd agree. There's a good amount of points. If you're confident with that tower climb and you've got enough items to do some of the silver rupees in Ganon's, as DTJ Melons finishes in 8th place with 118.09. Now at this point, I'm not saying that no one's beat Ganon. There's enough time that if you god route this, maybe Melons has beaten Ganon. But there are 4 runners remaining at this stage. They are Alexis, Cola, Flea, and Ink7. We have 2 of them on the restream. 2 of them still plodding along in the background. Hopefully we will not have to rotate these runners out. Maybe we'll go the 2.5 hours, but if we do see some deaths here, then we will rotate them in, of course. Ink on 1 life, Cola on 2. GG to Melons. That is the 3rd death past the hour. Of course,
GG.
we had 8 submissions on the offline async. I will not say how they've been getting on until the end, of course.
I am very curious to know how the asyncs have been going. Have you watched through a bunch of them?
I've watched through all of them.
Excellent.
Just to make sure everything's sort of good and up to speed, and just out of interest to see where people died, because it's funny.
Right.
But just to answer Purple Rupees, if you beat Ganon, you have to end your seed. You cannot beat Ganon... Well, to be clear, you can beat Ganondorf and go back and do other things, but if you beat Ganon, the end of the game, you must finish. That's why Ganondorf is worth so many points, because you essentially lock in your seed after you beat Ganondorf.
And I think that's a really good idea. I think there's so many good ideas in these settings, actually. It's very well designed and just creates intense situations. I don't know how much thought you had put into all of this, but it really is a fun remix.
Good. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm glad people are enjoying it, and we chose a lot of things to try and make sure people had to constantly choose between points and progression. We didn't want to make this feel like bingo, as Cola is going for the
scary
flying P-hats.
He missed!
Oh, he got one. And Alexis is finished in 9th place with 1 hour, 20 minutes and 16 seconds as Cola dashes away from the scariest P-hat in the entire game. GG to Alexis. We do not know how Alexis has done. So there are 3 left. Cola, Ink, 7, and Flea. Worth noting, in the practice race we had last week, Flea came in 2nd place, so I'm expecting big things from our last 3 runners here. This could be the sort of run to the end with the 3 that we have here. Maybe another hour to go for all 3 of them. We'll see as Ink chooses to take on one of the more unknown P-hats in the game. Unless you have Grotto ER on, you don't really know this one exists.
Yeah, I mean, learning how to fight P-hats in its own is like one of those things that I'm like, oh, I've never done that before. I've always tried to avoid these things. There's no reason to fight these things, really. They're just kind of there to scare you. But in these settings, it's like, I guess I gotta learn how to fight the P-hats.
Yeah, speaking of scared, Cola gets the last P-hat. All P-hats down for Cola. GG, taking on both of the flying terrors that are those 2 P-hats. So GG.
Yeah, he seems pretty optimized at that. The Sun Song really does grant you the time you need.
Yeah, has now broached 62 points, so doing well. And may I remind you, there are 7 P-hats. I still cannot get over that fact.
Yeah, they're definitely more than I thought there were. I didn't realize that there were 2 types of P-hats. That's what surprises me.
Okay, Ink is now off to Deku Tree, so again, almost in position to go to Ganon's at this stage. I wonder if Cola is now going to head to Ganon's. Now, at this point, Cola could start to think about finishing. There's only 3 people left. Cola only needs light arrows.
Right.
So you can potentially just go up to Ganon, get that hint, see where the light arrows are, and just try and rush it if you can. We do not have any idea where they could be. Some of these wasps are a little concerning, so it might not be a straightforward end to the seed here, but we will at least know whereabouts we need to go. There are a lot of points leading up towards Ganon as well, of course. There are 3 points each on the Iron Knuckles, 3 points each on the Stalfos, and 2 points each on the Dynalphos for a total of 14 points just to get to Ganon.
That's big.
Sorry, 16 points. My math is bad.
And then it's a pretty easy 3 points to get the rupees in Spirit Temple. The only problem is Cola doesn't have any bombs, so it's unlikely he'll do that.
For the Spirit Trial one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't. To be fair, you don't need bombs for the silver rupees for that room.
Well, the BMOs.
Oh, of course, yeah. The beam. Yeah, I mean, you could nut it.
I guess.
If you're really confident, you could just Deku nut it and be like, yeah, it's fine. Cola has been playing with a good amount of swag so far.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, impressed me.
Yeah. So, just to answer the question in chat, we do not know how many points the runners that were not on Restream got. We know that Liam ended on 40 points, and I think Timmy ended on 26 or so points. So we only know that the deaths on Restream so far. GG Melons. Obviously, don't say too much about your seed, but unfortunate to see that you died on Morpher. It seems like Water Temple is definitely the play for most runners this seed, of course, not knowing where bombs are to easily beat Dodongo's Cavern. As we see 2 big chests in the Water Trial. Terrifying.
Wow, yeah, that's a scary
Water Trial
one.
sucks.
Oh, like the spike hits somebody's in the cutscene, so just don't worry about it, right?
Oh, a bomb bag.
Let's go. Yeah. Now the real question is what's he gonna do? Is he gonna stay in Ganon's castle, or is he gonna reconsider his options? It's hard. I mean, a lot of us are really trained to, like, always full clear your locations. Like, if you're in the spot, you want to finish it. But then there are other times, like even with what I was doing, like full clearing GG was far riskier than trying to just go do Jabu or something.
Yeah, you do have to weigh up your options, because Cola has 2 lives, remember. It's worth pointing out that Cola has not lost a fairy, so I think you play with a little bit of confidence here. You clear out Ganon's castle as much as you can, you get the silver rupees in the various trials, you take out the enemies here. If you lose a life, maybe you bail, you go and beat King Dodongo, get a few extra points there. But we'll see.
There is the added concern, of course, of fighting Iron Knuckles even with a fairy, because if you get caught in an Iron Knuckles swing, it goes through the fairy.
That is true.
It has that extended hitbox that will kill you twice.
But with bombs, you can somewhat cheese the Iron Knuckles.
It's true. It's true.
So being very careful here, pulling these Armos out of the way, freeing the blades, and then trapping them away from where they came from. These smart strats here.
Yeah, imagine doing this developer intended.
I know. Imagine not just side hopping this in autopilot, dying accidentally.
Yeah, just trust. Oh, this one could be so bad if you didn't do exactly this. It's like trusting in the invincibility frames of your rolls. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Just a word to our restream is obviously we had a bit of a poll for the sort of first death on restream. We could look to get another few bets open if we want to, in terms of who will be next, Cola, Flea, or Ink. We could have where the light arrows are going to be, because I get the feeling we're going to get a hint for that soon. So maybe we could open a little bet for the sort of the rough region of light arrows, or anything like that the restreamers might want to do here. As Ink heads into the perilous water trial room here, but it does make it out.
Nice.
Cola now up to 66 points. Couple of bomb bags in hand. Should be feeling fairly confident. No strengths yet, which is weird.
Not at all.
Yeah, which is quite strange for this far into a seed. So what you don't want to see is light arrows inside my castle. That would be pretty horrendous.
Or outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside my castle, also
outside
horrendous.
of that too. Looks like he's going to attempt the tower climb.
There's a strength on 10 skulls.
It could be.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, 10 skulls is definitely there. As Cola just walks past the keys that absolutely scared the living shit out of me the other day. Oh! Oh, the iframes! The iframe saved Cola there.
Oh, what?
Did take a slash, but the iframe from the roll meant that he avoided the damage. So we do now have a light arrow hint. As Cola heads up towards getting that hint. I assume that we will see the hint on Cola's side, but maybe he takes 2 hits. Who knows? Maybe we won't even see that hint. Just to answer a quick question in chat, the first bomb bag we saw technically was Cola in the water trial, and then Ink got it a few minutes later. So, yeah, that is the first bomb bag we've seen from that water trial there. Cola taking on Stalfos now. Oh, there's a hit! He's down. Stalfos has taken a hit, but he does have a fairy. We'll see if the Stalfos follow through. This is last time I saw Cola run a race. He died in this room. Will it happen again?
Exactly, yes.
In fact, I think both times I've seen Cola race these settings, it has been in this room he has died. So let's see if he manages to get past it. 3rd time's the charm. Going for those leak swipes. Miku with the leak. Oh, the backflip! Oh my god, Cola, what the hell was that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
This man's playing risky.
Oh my goodness, that backflip was unbelievable.
The blood is pumping, I'm sure.
Okay, Cola shitting himself, but heading into the Iron Knuckles room as Ink is going to go take down King Dodongo. I can understand getting the 5 free bonus points from that one. Gotta be a little careful with these Knuckles here. It's not too hard if you take one at a time. You know what you're doing. You play it nice and slow.
Lots of good ways to fight another Knuckle.
Go. That's the last jump slash. So just armor's off, nice and free here.
I still want to talk.
Ink is going to take
a little
down
surprised.
King Dodongo.
I'm a little surprised he's not going for the crouch stab strategy for this. It is over so much faster, but I guess you just don't even want to chance it.
Oh, the shield dodge. Jesus Christ. Living on a knife edge, or a leak edge, if you will. As Ink gets his first hit in King Dodongo. Avoids the lava. Very important that you avoid the lava in this room, because it will kill you immediately. Not something you think about other than when 1-hit KO is on. So there we go. Cola about to find out where the light arrows are.
Very exciting.
About to get some good news or bad news. I'm still deeply concerned about the way the heroes in this seed. Could just be as simple as bottom of the well. That's why I think it might point. Shadow, bottom of the well, something like that. Maybe hovers and spirit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Shadow Temple. There's been some pull to Shadow in this.
Okay, bonus points for Ink as they pick up their ice arrows. Again, useful in these settings for freezing the blades. Alright. Okay. Where are the light arrows?
Oh no!
It's inside my castle! Cola is in shambles! Cola in shambles! Oh dear. Now, we have not seen every check in the castle yet. I don't think we've seen Shadow Trial.
Yep, there were 2 in Shadow Trial.
He did peek inside Shadow Trial and saw the near chest had nothing.
Yeah, but I don't think we've seen the second chest, unless it got hinted.
No, I don't believe we've seen that.
Okay, well, it looks like Cola's leaving, so I don't think Cola... I think Cola is just like, alright, it's in light trial. So that's terrible news. That is now 3 strengths all of a sudden we need, with only Way of the Heroes in Spirit. Is there any others that we've not seen? So yeah, that's terrifying. As Ink is building up his own points total here. Now up to let's just grab Ink's tracker. Ink is now up to 57. So a decent chunk of points. Cola obviously flying ahead on 82. We do not know how many points Flea is on, but again a reminder, in the practice race last week, Flea did very well, so I'm expecting high scores all round here.
Oh, going around the tactic like that.
Yeah, Cola did check the scrubs in Ganon's castle. think he got a key from one of them and junk on the rest. So Cola's just going to go into Dodongo's cavern here, beat King Dodongo, get some 5 points. Take him up to 87. The most points I've seen on a live race up until this is 94 from our co-commentator here, Liam 6. So that points total is in danger.
Honestly, it's one of those records that I'm really happy to hand over. I can't wait to see how high at this point total can go. And I know even ATZ had posted a run where he had 181 points.
Yes.
And fought 2 of the Skull Kids. Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah. For those that remember the legendary name of ATZ, ATZ did do the offline acing. I will not tell you how many points they got, but they did post a practice total of 187 points, which is absolutely insane. And they ran out of time. They ran out of time, but they will... ATZ did run the offline acing, so will be in the tournament if they choose to participate from this. But that was not live. We have no evidence that happened, and knowing ATZ, it was probably just clout chasing ATZ with 187 points on paper, but no evidence.
He was just trying to prove it to us.
Exactly. I'm back, baby, but in reality, he only got like 5 and took a double boulder kill in the Kakiri Forest maze.
Double boulder kill. Oh my. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious how this tournament's going to play out. I'm curious what the format you want to do for races. Will they be multi-person races like this, or is it going to be 1v1s? Or?
No, it will jump from after this. We will seed everyone from first place to however many there are, and it will just be straight 1v1s, best of ones, till the end of the tournament. We might edit the format in the future, but in true battle royale fashion, you have one chance, and if you die, you're out. So other than the qualifier, you have 1 life. If you lose in your best of 1, you are out.
Yeah, the stakes are high.
Cool. Banana Lord claiming that 250 points out of 291. Fair play. I will not question it.
With the bombs, the hitboxes on these are just ridiculous. Everything around this part of Death Mountain is just poorly programmed.
Yeah, for sure. Inko asking if we have 3 dungeon clears in Logic. I think we do. I think we have water, and we have Deku Tree. So I think 3 is in Logic. Sorry, IT guy, if you were going to add to that.
Disagreeing with you.
Yeah, I think we also might have, with Liam showing us the boomerang in GTG, I think Jabu is also in Logic.
Sure.
Because we did get Cackway the hero. Now, whilst we did find a hookshot, we also found Song of Time, and that boomerang was on the right side of the maze. So it could have just been pointing towards the boomerang, as Ink goes for the back walk along Death Mountain Trail here. I think just going for as many points as we can does get there. Does have a slingshot for these wall chillers, so shouldn't have too much of a problem getting some sweet points.
I'm not really sure how Cola managed to get up here, because he didn't have bombs or bomb shoes when he did this, but the rocks weren't there.
They had hammer. You break them as an adult.
Oh, you can break them as an adult. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's if you're ever playing with freestanding items on, there's a red rupee underneath one of the rocks that you could be logically required to break as an adult with the hammer. It's not there as an adult, and you have to go back as child to check the freestanding item underneath that boulder. It's pretty cursed. That
is very cursed. Time traveling boulders. I'm not sure if you've seen the hint, but Death Mountain Trail is empty, but sometimes you just gotta check things.
It is, yeah. There's a
Peace of mind matters in a run like this.
Yeah, we've seen various people go various places in this, but we've not. I think there's a wide variety of what information people know at this point. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
What their information is. As Cola walks back through Death Mountain Trail, he should avoid the boulder nice and comfortably.
These boulders make me nervous.
Yeah. As we'll see where Ink goes after this. Ink is just going to get this gold skull from the crate, unsure where he goes from here. But yeah, we have not seen any strengths yet. It's worth pointing that not a single strength has been found, to my knowledge, on any stream that we've had on this restream. We have not seen strengths. By the way, Trenner, you mentioned that you knew where those bomb chews were earlier. Feel free to enlighten us where you found those bomb chews. I'm very curious as to where they might have been.
Yeah.
Water.
Is that our second Kakariko Way of the Hero?
We've seen this one.
We seen that one?
Yep.
I thought we
Yeah,
saw
it's
it in. I thought we saw it in remote grotto. Sorry, open grotto and somewhere else.
I didn't come up here, so that must be the second one.
Okay.
Yep, we've seen that repeat.
Okay, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if that was our third
Nope.
instance of that. That's all good. All good. All right, Cola. Are we going to Fire Temple?
He's
Are we going to
ready
get
go.
the 8 Volvagia points to take us up to a breathtaking 95 points?
Incredible. There's still so much of the game to go.
Yeah, there's a lot else he could do. He's still got just over 50 minutes to get as many points as he can, with Ink almost taking some fall damage there from the top.
Dude. Oh, I've taken fall damage off that roof before. I know it can happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Hello,
so,
Bomb Shoes.
Yeah. So the thing that we skipped earlier.
Yeah,
That we
yeah,
probably
you're right. Yeah,
found.
IT guy pointed that out nice and early. We did not check that on either side. We had Timmy and Cola going through DMC. Both of them skipped that fairy. Both of them skipping Bomb Chews. That's pretty crazy. Melon's confirming they're the chews that they got, and I assume Trent and I have got the same ones. Same with Ink. Durak's the same. Yeah. Okay. It looks like they are the secret source to some of the progress we've seen on the other restreams. Ink going for skulls here. We have not seen 10 skulls. Skulls in these settings are weird because you only need 10. There's everything else is hinted, but actually getting 10, you're like, do I want 10? Is it worth it?
It is if this is
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to.
strength.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said it is if this is your strength.
Oh, wow!
Great if it was.
It's just
Oh,
a bomb
it was
bag.
bomb.
That is a free ass
better.
bomb bag on 10 skulls. So that puts
No
loads of other things into logic here.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, that's just straight up logical Sphere Zero bomb bag. You start with a bottle. That is almost freely available. Oh, that keys! Oh my God, Cola!
Oh!
Jesus wept. That was the closest keys I've ever seen to doing damage, but not actually doing damage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, luckily the hitbox of the magic swing is so wide and reliable. Usually things
Cola.
don't get through it.
Cola is no longer swagging himself about on 2 lives. Only has the 1. Did take the 1 off the Stalfos and Ganon's tower. Ink also down to 1 life. We do not know how many lives Flea is on. If I was a betting man, I would also say 1 life. So, everyone needs to be extra careful. We have 50 minutes left of the seed. The seed goes to 2 hours 30 maximum. Your points at that stage are the points that you have. No one probably going to get the fairy bonus points for not having taken a hit at that stage.
Well, given where the light arrows are, I think those are pretty off limits too.
Yeah, it's definitely possible that we do not see a Ganon finish here. Unless Cola chooses to just go hard to Spirit Temple with what he's got. Don't need Strength 2. It's worth pointing out, we do not need
that's actually
Strength
kind of
2 Spirit, so with shortcuts on, you can just go straight up to the lobby. There are a lot of checks in Spirit. If you can cross the Wasteland and the Colossus without taking a hit, Spirit is really... there's a lot of checks there to be rewarded with. Ink is going back to Ganon's here. Oh no, this is their first trip into Ganon's. So, will we see a Stalfos death? We've seen
I'm
a
pretty
few
sure
already.
All right.
I think he's been in Ganon's castle before. He just hasn't done the walk up yet. Because he did the ice trial as well.
Oh, of course. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Cole not having the hover boots, having to do the jump the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you would do that. You can just jump across the pillar.
Yeah, I was going to say the pillar's just there. So I mean,
That
but
was
Cola's
scary.
confident. Cola's been around for years.
Yeah.
Cola has faith
He
in
knows what
his
he's doing.
skills and abilities, so I do not blame him.
Yeah.
Someone had hovers. I do not recall seeing hovers on anyone's
was,
stream.
Scary moment.
Now,
Both the competition are
Yeah.
dangerous
Ink.
positions.
Ink doing exactly what I do. You just use bow strats. You nut them, you hit them with a bow. You nut them, you hit with a bow. You just keep it nice and simple. There we go. Both down. Easy.
Very effective.
Yeah, I think Durax had others.
Heading into the Room of Death. I have seen more than a few people die in this room. We will see if Ink manages to survive. Nope! Nope! Immediately
Not a
jump
chance.
smashed. Immediately smashed. Oh dear, that is a rip for Ink. Ink has used their fairy. This fairy does not count, and that is GG for Ink, finishing in 10th place. 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 36 seconds on 67 points total. I'm not sure if they updated the last few there, but we are down to 2. We are down to Flea, and we are down to Cola. Let me just get Flea's track up. So, Flea's current total is the exact same as Ink. They are on 67 points. So Cola absolutely blasting into first place on 95.
Mm-hmm.
Flea is considerably behind on 67, but it looks like Flea will probably be... If they get one more point, they will probably bump themselves into second place. But Cola is looking really good here with their current points value. So this is it, folks. This is the last 2. No more restream changes. This is it.
After this, half the screen goes dark.
Oh my god, that's great. Lax is the Stone of Agony.
Incredible.
That was planned out, right?
I could only be so cruel, but no, I did not plan it.
Sometimes this does feel planned out. Maybe it's just because of how loose the medallion requirements are and all of that, but some things are just like put in very, very uniquely miserable places.
Yeah, I guess the game's like, you know what? There's loads of places open now that aren't normally, so fuck it. It goes anywhere.
I find it so hard to ever get a clear at a Forest Temple. Like, I'm always missing something. It's either missing a bow or I'm missing strength. Sometimes you miss hooks. Just really troubling.
So, just to update folks on Lee's points, they have been into Ganon's because they have Spirit Trial ticked. They've beat the Spike enemies in water. They have done SFM as adult. They have done SFM as child, Dampe race. They've killed all the P-Hats. They've gone up Ganon's tower, so they know where light arrows are because they have the Iron Knuckles in Ganon's tower marked down. They have killed the Solo Skull Kid. They have killed 2 Lizalfos, 3 Stalfos total, and only 3 Wolfos. There's still lots of Wolfos for them to get, as well as Morpher and Goma as bosses, as I think we now have Ink joining us. GG, Ink.
Hey, GG.
GG.
So, the Stalfos in Ganon's tower. Name a more iconic one-hit KO death.
Yeah, I don't actually feel bad about that one. I feel way worse about my first stuff because...
Was that a tech tyke?
Yeah, so what happened was I was worried about nuts for Darklink because I had pretty few and I wanted to conserve them, but then I didn't grab the lead, but like I walked off the ledge. I don't know, maybe my controller like screwed up or something. Because I am playing with a busted controller. But yeah, then I died to a Tektite. Sadly, that one I feel bad about.
Yeah, I feel you. I will gladly reveal that one of my deaths in the offline async was to a tech tyke. So it wasn't just you. It happens to the best of us. But you finished on 67 points. GG, that feels pretty good. That is the exact same amount of points as Flea is on right now. With Cola absolutely smashing it on 95.
Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of not surprised. Cola and I ran a race and he got like a 90-some. So he's definitely capable of doing this. I think, if I can say something, I think this seed was actually kind of a hell seed. Because you're never going to get lights. Like, you just don't have enough time. It's behind OOT. I sort of figured that out.
It's definitely possible. We don't know where any strengths are yet. Not a single player has found a strength. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mean one. But, well, hey...
We still have
sorry, go on.
Check left. We still have one check left in Ganon's Castle that we've seen.
Yeah, we do have Shadow Trial 2, I think, but as chat's been saying, it's really unlikely the Woths make any sense for it to be in Shadow Trial 2. So it's almost certain that is I think the other small... Well, actually, we don't know if it's a small key, but it's probably not that. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And Cola heading into Ice Cavern.
Oh boy.
Which is definitely somewhere that could kill someone. Gerudo Fortress is foolish. And yes, to answer Alex, Cola has lost their fairy. They got hit by the same Stalfos as Ink, but they had a fairy left at that point, so did manage to survive another day.
What about Flea? Is he?
We do
we
not
if he
know
is?
about
Okay.
Flea at the moment. We only just got Flea on. We've not seen if they have a fairy left just yet.
Oh, we found
Yeah.
Rang. Oh,
Yes.
that's really
Yes.
good.
Liam found Rang in the right side of GTG.
I was
before
gonna
they
go.
got decimated by Stalfos.
I was gonna
GTG can be
go GTG actually after because of the points and just like risk it, but Climb sort of feels a bit more like warranted, I guess. Like it's just like Climb is probably more free than GTG if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think so too. I think the Sand Stalfos might be the worst in the game, except for a couple exceptions.
So just to point out, Tom just mentioned that Flea might still have their fairy. So if that is the case, even though Cola's on 95 points, Flea does have a significant advantage of that extra fairy. Especially with Cola going into ice here. Ice
ice
is terrifying.
Yeah, let's see how optimized he is about it.
Oh my god.
Question.
Almost
Question.
Go for it.
I noticed both of them found wallet. Do we know where was it?
So there was one wallet in Lab Dive, and there was another wallet on the Hammer Rocks in Gerudo Valley.
Ooh, damn. Okay, I would have probably gotten the Valley one, but yeah, I just said, fuck, I'm not doing adult lake checks. Excuse my language.
No, you're fine. I've been swearing the whole time. So Cola going in. Oh, almost messed it up there, but he's okay. As Flea finds double defense. Everyone's most useless item in these things. Now this room is dreadful, but you can just shield drop and avoid the scythe. So as long as you get the sort of jump down with the silver rupee here, you're generally okay. Oh god, they stood up for a second. I thought that was over. Jesus Christ.
Oh!
It's over. Sad.
Oh, they're okay. They're okay. Flea now taking on the Stalfos in GTG. Again, we have seen a death hit. Flea is sticking to the sort of more concreted area for a bit more ease of movement, and they get it. They get
the jump slap.
They get the double Stalfos. Now, Cola needs to avoid the ice keys here. This is worth a lot of points, so actually getting this chest and getting through to the song reward.
The keys has got him! Oh my god, he's dead!
Over. Cola is down 95 points. 95 points. 11th place finish, 1 hour, 50 minutes, 29 seconds, with an incredible score. We didn't quite break the 100, but we did just break the 94 points from Liam in one of his races the other day. So that is the highest points I've seen on a stream. Flea is the last one standing on 60. I think they're above 67 points at this stage. They are on... give me one moment. They are on 73. And if they do have a fairy left, they've got 39 minutes to beat Cola's score. 23 points is what they need to topple Cola in 40 minutes. That's doable. It's doable.
It's doable, definitely.
It's doable with Rang, and now he's going to get Wasteland points. It's very possible. And even Spirit, too. You get Iron Knuckles.
As we welcome in Cola, GG Cola.
Yo, GG's.
95 points, crushing it all the way up to Ice Cavern. Unfortunate death of an Ice Keys. We have seen more than a few deaths on Ice Keys over the course of the tournament here. So yeah, how did you feel overall about how you did?
I think it was fine mostly. Well, I basically went to Ice to die, to be honest. I wasn't feeling confident in it at all.
Well, you've definitely done really well. So far, the highest score is yourself on 95. Flea is in second place, the last person standing on 73. They still have 40-ish minutes, 38 minutes to get 23 points, which is definitely doable. And to the best of our knowledge, they have not been hit yet. So they do still have an additional life as they attempt to cross the wasteland here. If they do void out, they will die. So they need to be a little careful with how they get on here.
Yeah.
Levers,
Yes.
definitely going to be problematic as we cross this wasteland. But
You'd
Spirit,
be pretty confident.
Spirit is points dense, so it's worth doing.
It definitely was
Oh.
the other option compared to Ice going to GTG.
Oh,
and
there we go. One hit down.
those
There's the
levers.
fairy. The levers, absolute chaos goblins. Those little levers. Oh my goodness. Hopefully avoids the rest of them. Needs to get a move on here, otherwise he'll die.
That's right.
But we are now on equal footing. 1 life left. 23 points to get. 27 minutes. Will Flea manage to topple a few Iron Knuckles, boost those points from Spirit Temple? Again, you do not need a strength to get into Spirit in these settings. Shortcuts are on as they hug the wall to get to the fairy here. Definitely worth doing. Now remember, the points for Colossus are the fairy and the scrubs. We do not have strength 2, so we will not be getting those points anytime soon. But if we do find it, we'll see if they come back and do it.
Did we even see a single strength, by the way? Because I didn't
Not
find one.
a single strength. No, we've not found any
not
just
one.
yet. I have a feeling that there is probably one in Jabu, there is probably one in Spirit, there is probably one in the well. That is what I'm going to go with. But Jabu might be wrong. It could just be 2 in the well, could be 1 in Shadow, 1 in the well. But we've not seen anyone go into Jabu at all. It's definitely available. The Rang was in GTG on the right-hand side, so it was fairly open.
Wow.
No, not just yet, Trenna.
Wow.
We'll save the information.
Wait, hold on. Does Wheat King, is that a part of the shortcuts or no?
So Fountain is open in these things.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so it's just open Fountain.
Continue.
We will not get a spoiler log for this, unfortunately. So if no one knows where the strengths are by the time we finish, we won't know where those strengths are unless someone just goes and beats the seed on their own. Don't know if anyone did that did the offline. I didn't myself personally. But yeah, we just sort of need to wait and see here as Flea is going to warp away.
Doesn't want to do it?
Doesn't want to do Spirit or has forgot that the shortcut is on.
That could be 2.
Did leave for Roars there, but maybe is feeling a bit more forest here. There might be a lot of... They've only ticked a few Stalfos, so it does seem like they've got a good amount of points to get here. Maybe just trying to go for some early forest points before they commit to somewhere as dangerous as Spirit Temple. There's lots that can trip you up in Spirit Temple. But again, could have just forgotten about the shortcut. We will see. Maybe seeing the elevator in Forest Lobby will remind them that the shortcut is on. We will see. Oh, doesn't care about fall damage. Just going to drop. All good. Getting tense now. Almost at 2 hours.
It's also a thing from the mind. After you use your fairy, you're quite nervous to lose the second life right away.
Yeah, we did wonder what your plan was, Kola, because you were in sort of Ganon's castle with 2 lives. You're like, you know what, Kola could just sort of do what he wants here because you've got 2 lives, confidence is flowing, you've got loads of points. Just clear out Ganon's, just go for it. What was the sort of gut instinct when you did lose that life? Did that sort of change your trajectory of where you were going at that point, or what happened there?
Oh, not really. I was just going there to get a couple points in the climb, and then the points obviously in the trial for the Wolfos. And then, I don't know, I had some dungeons to clear after getting the bomb back, so that was obviously the plan.
Oh God! Oh, I can't help but feel nervous, even if it's not me beating the Stalfos. God damn! But they done it. They got the Stalfos. They are up to 84 points, I believe. So only 11 points behind Kola now.
Very nice.
There are not 11 points in Forest, so they will need to at least go to one other place.
They are if he can find strength.
Well, they won't find it in Forest. Forest is empty.
Yeah, Forest is foolish. It's 5. Is it 5 for Phantom Ganon? How much is it for Pose? 5 for Pose. Oh, there's the 3 Stalfos. Yeah, there's 16 available points in Forest at the moment. Obviously, they do not know how many points Cola has, so they can't just be like, "Oh, I'll just clear Forest and I win." They are probably under the assumption that Cola's done quite well, so don't really know what to choose here. Killing the Octorok, highly advisable. That Octorok can
Yes.
suck my balls.
Oh,
He
he's
has
got to
caused
be
ma-
careful about the Dekubaba coming up here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dekubaba.
very
I-
careful.
I fear that thing, but it's not killed me yet. But I'm sure it could.
If he doesn't know about that one, it's gonna kill him here.
I think he'll be fine. I think he does know about it. Yeah, does the jump slash. Knows that that's something he needs to avoid. Should be fine around the courtyard here, unless he steps a little too close to the giant Deku Baba. Should be okay. But again, no strength, so can just nip into the basement. If they don't have the Forest hint for Forest being foolish, they can nip into the basement at the very least and get one more check.
We saw that at the beginning.
Oh,
Trying to make
did they
them.
already do it? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, just a heart chest. What's the decision now, Flea?
Oh.
Stock up on nuts. Yep, checks out. They're only missing one, but still, every Deku nut is important. The
It's true.
Deku nut, Way of the Hero, Kakiri Forest was unbelievably good fortune for the start of this seed. Everything else from there, disaster.
Yeah, I go out of my way sometimes to have to buy Deku nuts from a shop. It's like
Yeah,
crazy.
same. I've restocked from shops several times. Are we going to see a Sacred Forest Meadow Death again? We've seen a few of those. Again, a reminder that Timmy got double moblined.
Oh,
it's
no,
such a
that's
sad way to
terrible.
go.
Yeah, gets
It
hit,
happens.
stands up, immediately gets hit again. Unfortunate.
Ganon gives that Moblin a promotion. Just like, you killed the hero of time twice?
Okay, not sure where they're going at the moment. Are they
Over
going for the
river?
Skull Kid?
Oh,
God.
yeah.
No,
Shows how
not
it's done.
definitely not going for the duo Skull Kid. We have seen Cola. I think you went for the solo Skull Kid earlier.
No, I did not.
No, someone did.
This could be
Was
the
it-
fire.
Yes, could be the fire play. ATZ jumps into chat, throwing out shade as standard. But yeah, someone did the solo Skull Kid. I forget who it was. It might have been either was it Ink or
I didn't do it. No.
No, it must have been Timmy. It must have been Timmy.
Yep, someone did solo skill kid.
Yeah. Once when Flea finishes, I will go through all of the scores in order. So don't worry too much. I will read out the list from last place to first place.
Going for fire.
Apparently the audio isn't on Flea, so if we could just change the audio to Flea's stream, that would be fantastic. Yeah, like I mentioned, we did have 8 offline asyncs. Well, we had 9 done, but only 8 submitted. I will include the 9th just for a laugh. But yeah, I will read out the points once we get to that stage. How do you think you did overall, Cola?
I think I did fine.
Yeah. Positioning wise, you confident on first?
Oh, well, at least second.
Oh, there it is!
That's
the
it. That's the
keys.
hell room.
Oh,
It's the
Just-
keys in fire.
He even used the iframes of the roll to avoid the Keith's damage, but the fire
Yeah.
got him.
Yeah, that is exactly
GG.
where I died in my offline async too.
yeah,
I
that's
died
why
that keys.
you gotta stun those keys with Deku Nuts.
Yeah, I
figured that.
Stunned the
I
whole
always do
room.
that. Yeah.
I stunned the first one, and the second one was right round the corner and just killed me immediately. But GG to Flea. Flea finishes on 93 points.
No.
Oh man, that's 2 points less.
So
Woo.
just lower than
Damn.
Cola's 95. So on this restream and in this live qualifier, Cola wins on 95 points. I will see if Flea wants to jump into comms before I go through the sort of final standings, just to sort of get his thoughts on how it goes. But GG's just above the 2-hour mark. No one making it for the 2 hours 30 minutes. That includes all of the offline asyncs. Not a single person survived 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think kind of expected in this seed. The seed was a bit of a monster with those light arrows being on light trial. So that was unfortunate. Trenta, if you do want to reveal that secret way of the hero, which I think I know which one you're going to say, feel free to now, just to sort of give us a bit more direction for where players might have found. Yeah, we knew Kakira Forest was way of the hero. I think we saw that quite early.
I saw that one for sure.
Yeah. So Din's was Wath, which made sense for either Shadow or something into bottom of the well. Shadow was way of the hero, fair enough. I can also reveal that Jabu was way of the hero. In my seed, I found a Jabu way of the hero hint, so that was quite exciting.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so that's exciting. There probably was just a strength in Jabu. So yeah, I'm not sure if Flea will join us. I'll give them another minute or so, and then I will just go through the scores, as we now have access to the scores in race time at the very least. And yet we get Flea in. GG's Flea.
GG.
Yo, GG.
GG.
Oh, can we hear you?
Oh, hello.
Oh, there we go. We got you.
Nice.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah. How do you feel you did overall? 93 points.
93. Yeah. Better than I expected. I had really stupid deaths, but that's gonna happen.
It's the name of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly.
I just to make you feel slightly better, I also died to that exact keys in my offline async.
Oh,
That
no
was
way.
Exactly where I died as well. So you are in good company.
That's funny.
There were also lots of stupid deaths on the restream, so I wouldn't worry too much about.
Great.
You definitely lasted a long time without taking that first hit to that lever.
Yeah, I was surprised that I went that long. And yeah, I just happened to roll right into it, and I could not kill it when its hitbox was active. So
Yeah. I'm going to write out the points in order and format. If you want to just talk shop for a minute or two and just how the seed went, any thoughts and etc. I'm just going to put together a little document with the times, people, and points, and then once that is ready, I will go through everything.
I will say it was really cool to get to watch a bunch of different directions that people went across the streams. It really felt like a choose your own adventure for an Ocarina of Time randomizer. Whereas, I mean, randomizers like that in the first place, but often with a lot of top players, it's like you're following the way of the hero. You're following the path that the logic wants you to go. But with this, everyone went in such different directions.
It's also like you don't have to follow the way of the hero that closely.
You
If
really
you're
don't, no.
just gonna go for points instead, that's fine generally.
So in these kinds of settings, what do you guys think is the worst place to try and grab points from?
From the top
Either-
of Fire Temple.
Top of Fire, yeah.
Top of Fire Temple, yeah, never doing that.
Well,
Consistent answers there.
I think it's not bad in terms of dying or how dangerous it is. It's just way too much time for not enough points. That's at least my opinion.
Well,
It's also very dangerous.
still very
let's not lie.
dangerous. Well, is that Goron shortcut to get to the top of Fire Temple at least open? But even still, it's like you're gonna have to go through all the firewalls and everything.
It's not open. It's not open in
Oh,
these things.
jeez.
Because the dungeon shortcuts is just for bosses. It's boss access, so it's not for the rest of the dungeon access.
Yeah,
that
it's
gate
just
was
the
open, it might be
pillar
okay.
that is down.
Yeah, if the gate was open, it might be a little bit better, but otherwise, it just takes too much time.
I'm surprised as many people go to ice as they do. I find ice the absolute pinnacle of death.
Oh, I can't disagree.
It's not that bad.
I think it's horrendous. I mean, Cola died, so I mean,
True.
You can disagree all you want, Cola. You did die there, so
No, I did not disagree. I said I can't disagree because
That's another one where it's like it takes so much longer than it probably should because of how careful you really need to be. I'm actually surprised how many of you guys did Dark Link. You must have felt very confident in the strats.
Oh, I definitely did not do Dark Link.
Ink the Dark Link.
yeah, Ink was the only person I've seen even attempt Dark Link in these things. So
Yeah. That seems like one of those fights that would be easier to do the earlier in a run.
yeah, for sure. Right, I'm almost done. Okay, right. I have. Let me just put this in order because I'm a nerd, so I will sort these. Okay, are we ready for the final standings?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I can.
Let's
Okay. Now, there were 9 offline submissions. Double-Decker decided to not submit their application because they did so bad they didn't feel like it. And fair play, there's a lot of OoTR right now, so I understand not having the time to get the practice in and whatever. So technically, we had 9 submissions. Decker was the 9th. 8 people did it and also did submit their times. So we had Sponge. Technically, Sponge in last place. I think Sponge just submitted a seed and a score of 0 to get into the tournament, which
Strats. That's strats.
which I mean they're in. They are the last seed, but hey ho, it is what it is.
But don't tell me that first place is playing against last seed.
Well, yes, but
Oh no.
now we have actual scores and times. So next is Floosh. Incredibly, Floosh only got 3 points. They died. I can't remember quite what they died to, but they got 3 points. I think they died in SFM to Deku Scrubs. They lasted an entire 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Next, after that, is Drac. Drac got 6 points and lasted 40 minutes. After that is Master Alex with 10 points, lasted 50 minutes. Then we have Choco, got 11 points, lasted 39 minutes. Trenta with 12 points, 42 minutes. Then we jump up a small amount for a tie at the moment. We'll need to break the way that tie breaks work with scores. It is the person that got to their score the fastest. So we have 2 players that got 18 points. That is Hyper with 18 points and 41 minutes. And then we have Okishi with 18 points in 36 minutes. It seems like Okishi might take that one, but we'll see. I'll go through those VODs afterwards and see how people got on. And then after that is Timmy, 24 points, 48 minutes. And then we jump up to ATZ with 33 points, 40 minutes, I believe, dying to a Moblin in SFM, much like many people did. Next up is Durax and DTJ Melons, both with 35 points. 1 hour, 15 minutes for Durax, 1 hour, 18 minutes for Melons. Again, we will need to go through those VODs to check who got the points the fastest. So I will go through that afterwards and hand out the actual seedings once I know. After that, Liam 6, 40 points, 1 hour, 1 minute. Then we get a significant jump to the next place. We have 63 points. Cine on 63 points. They lasted 1 hour, 53 minutes and 18 seconds. After that, Alexis, 64 points, 1 hour, 20 minutes. So they managed to let 1 more point in 30 minutes less, but does a pip Cine for seeding there. Next up is Ink on 67 points, 1 hour, 42 minutes. Then it is me, Chimp, on 71 points, 2 hours and 3 minutes. So technically I lasted the longest, but I didn't win, so that's a little upsetting, but hey-ho. Afterwards is Le Plopper on 80 points, 1 hour, 43 minutes, 21 seconds. And then bringing us home, we have Flea on 93 points, 2 hours, 1 minute. And Cola, our first seed, with 95 points, 1 hours, 50 minutes. So Cola is our first seed in the live race and in total, including the offline asyncs. GG, Cola.
GG.
So yeah, no one broke the 100, but this seed sucked, quite frankly. It does seem like there were strengths in all sorts of horrible places, which were necessary for those light arrows. Again, I died the exact same place as Flea. Cola died in ice. There were deaths all over the shop. I cannot wait to put together the death montage, even just from this qualifier. There were some amusing deaths, to say the least. But yeah, GG to everyone that participated, and thank you all for joining the qualifier. Obviously, just because you did the qual doesn't mean that you are going to opt into brackets. I will make sure that everyone that did it will either opts in or opts out. It's up to them. And then we'll probably kick off brackets on like Tuesday or something like that. We won't have a death compilation from the qual, Banana Lord. I will just I'll grab all of the clips from every race in the tournament, and then I will get in touch with you about putting together that montage. But the Plopper saying that wanted to dodge. Oh yeah, I saw that death, trying to dodge a Dynalphos, but then nutting too late and just getting slapped.
Oh no.
Classic Dynalphos behavior. So there we have it. That was the battle royale. I hope everyone had a good time. Hopefully everyone that participated enjoyed themselves. And we now move on to the 1-on-1 best of 1 bracket phase. So any additional thoughts from our runners or anything like that?
Oh, good luck to everyone. Just don't die forehead, I guess.
Don't die forehead. The true strategy for the battle royale. But yeah, there was some, like I said, there were some good deaths. We saw quite a few even just on this restream. But yeah, thank you for hosts ZSR. Thank you for hosting the battle royale. It was good fun. And again, hopefully those that watched had a good time. If you are interested in watching the rest of the bracket, please get yourself to the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord and the Battle Royale channel. We will have a little bit of a schedule once we start the brackets, and to sort of go from there, so you should keep an eye on how things are going. But yeah, thank you to New IT Guy for jumping in on comms with me for this brand new format, which probably confused the living hell out of everyone, including my wonderful co-commentator. Thank you to Banana Lord and Worn Traveler for tracking this nonsense, especially rotating people in on a restream when all of a sudden someone has bomb juice, someone doesn't have magic, someone has this and that, and someone's died. We don't know who's had a fairy. So yeah, it was quite the pain, to say the least.
You mean baseball?
Sorry. Apology. I mean baseball and Worn Traveler. Sorry, baseball. It was baseball and Worn Traveler. And yeah, thank you for Tom and Baseball for setting up the restream up. And I guess I'll just hand it over to Tom unless there's anyone else that wants to say anything. Cool.
All right,
Tom, it is.
All right, thank you to everyone who came out and watched. I mean, because at the end of the day, we need the watchers as much as we need everyone else doing it. So thank you everyone for coming out and watch. Thank you to everyone who ran and was able to come on the restream. All you guys for coming in here and talking afterwards too. Chimp, thank you for coming up with this ridiculous set of settings to play this on. It's been great to watch. I cannot wait for that Deaths compilation. And with that, I'm going to kick us over to the otters, because Marine Mammal Rescue and cute otters are a great thing to go to after a fun race. So I hope everyone has a good rest of their weekend, good day, and adios.
Good night, folks.
Goodbye.